Hey, it's top 10 time.
Top 10.
And today we are bringing you the top 10 PS2 games, PlayStation 2. What a generation of games. And we realise that you will probably not agree with anything we've got on this list. Because there were so many games on the PlayStation 2, somewhere we definitely got it wrong. Or you got it wrong, which is far more likely, as I am infallible. So.
Okay, so.
Right, here we go. Starting the list with...
Number 10.
Medal of Honor Frontline.
Yeah, what?
Did you remember Medal of Honor? It was like the Call of Duty of the PlayStation 2 age.
Okay, yeah.
It was it brought it all out, and Frontline was basically a Saving Private Ryan simulator, and it was awesome. You stormed the beach, and there's people blowing up around you everywhere. It really did expand what the PlayStation 2 was capable graphic-wise. It's like, wow, it was capable of so much more than it's already doing.
It was the one that kind of set the bar as well for future generations.
It was one of the biggest war first-person shooters.
Yeah.
It forced Call of Duty to up their game.
Yeah.
So without it, would we have some of the first-person multiplayers we have today? Not that it had a multiplayer, but wow, what a campaign! It was tons of fun and harrowing. I had nightmares and flashbacks to a war I wasn't in. Okay, so
Number 9.
Final Fantasy 10, not 12, because you can keep that piece of shit as far as I'm concerned. I love the Final Fantasy series, but I really didn't like 12.
Yeah,
But
well,
10
is good.
10 was good. Like, even though, again, a lot of you are going to argue, and certainly going to argue with the fact that we've given it the number 9 spot, let alone included it on the list. So the number 9 spot, you're either going to prefer it, you're going to say we've got it too low, or you're going to say we shouldn't have it on the list at all. So why have we got it on the list? It was fun, and it really did look good.
It looked good, but they had been building and building, and now they've had a system where they could push it as far as they could.
It's one of these games that's getting a HD re-release, I believe. Final Fantasy X is coming as well. It's not that they're redoing the whole thing and they're just going to tie it up, because it looked so good. They just got to add a few bits and pieces here.
It
and
felt
there.
like they just hit their mark. It was perfect to play.
Even though it ended up, spoilers, we were all a dream. Not the whole thing was a dream. Just the character you were playing was. But never mind. Even though I hate that it was all a dream ending, it was an overall a pretty good game.
What, like Lost?
Yeah, but it certainly wasn't the best thing Square put out on the PlayStation
No.
generation. No, that was
Number 8.
Kingdom Hearts 2. Now some of you will probably say Kingdom Hearts 1.
And I'll say you're wrong.
Yeah, because of the gummy ships. Build your own gummy ships and travel here, there, everywhere. Just time going back and forth, back and forth. And literally, that is my only gripe with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
But Kingdom Hearts 2
Pain in the butt.
didn't have that so much. So therefore, it's better.
What I love about these games, they just kind of make you go back to your childhood and still make it like Final Fantasy-esque.
It is kind of weird, 1 minute talking to Mickey and Donald. Like, you don't get to play with Mickey at all. I don't know why Mickey wasn't involved in the game more. He was always hidden away or kidnapped. Basically, he was the Princess Peach of the series.
Yeah.
Save me. But you got to play with Goofy all the time. And they just hear them say Goofy and Donald over and over and over and over and over again. And then there'd be this weird thing where suddenly Squall Lionheart would be there.
I know, it was such a weird mix. But
Cloud would be there.
Yeah. It shouldn't have worked, I don't think.
Kate Sith would be there. Like, any of these different characters from a different universe would be there, mixed in with like Hercules, and I used to love the Hercules gladiatorial levels. They were good. Anyway, moving on.
Number 7.
Devil May Cry.
Shing, shing, shing.
3.
Yeah.
Right, so Devil May Cry was originally supposed to be a Resident Evil spin-off.
Okay.
Okay, and then they thought it was going too far away from it and turned it into its own thing, being Devil May Cry. And then Devil May Cry 2 made Dante a much cooler character than he was in the original game.
Dude, right.
Game was way too easy and sponsored by Diesel, so you got to wear all sorts of fancy fashion. It was kind of odd, and as I said, way too easy. And then 3 came out, and oh my god, was it hard. But I did it. I completed it.
I would wager that there's not actually many players that have actually completed it.
Yeah, I completed
'Cause you get
several
to
different
points
settings as well.
where-
And then I got the special edition and completed it on that as well.
It's one of the games that started the pad throwing. you
Yeah.
know. It's
I'm playing it again currently on the HD re-release for the Xbox 360, and I'm no way near done on 3. I did the other 2, no problem, but 3 is still tricky. But I did them before, so I must be able to do it again. But love that game. More of that would be awesome. Even though I like the way that DMC is going currently.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay.
They're building on it.
And now for a really important game.
Number 6.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Now, why is this game an important game? Well, because it was, god damn it. Like, without this game, we wouldn't have had the Prince of Persia series, and without the Prince of Persia series, we certainly wouldn't have had the mechanics that we needed to give us the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we all pretty much love and love to hate in this office. You know, we get frustrated with Assassin's Creed because we know how good it can be,
Yeah.
and none of that would exist without the running and jumping mechanics of Prince of Persia.
I don't ever
And Sands of Time
remember
is great.
complaining about Prince of Persia like I do about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but I think the Prince of Persia series is a little bit more throwaway than the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah,
We're a little bit more
possibly, yeah.
devoted
Mm.
to the Assassin's Creed storyline.
Yeah.
I still think that maybe Desmond will come back at some point.
Yeah,
But anyway,
me too.
we're getting
Yeah.
off track. Even if he
Okay.
comes back as like one of those alien lords or something. Getting off track. So let's move
Okay,
back
okay.
on. So, on to our next game on this list.
Number 5.
Metal Gear Solid 2, The Sons of Liberty. Now, I thought about this. Was it Snake Eater or was it Sons of Liberty? Snake Eater was awesome.
Snake Eater was awesome.
But you said Sons of
Oh.
Liberty.
Man, this is the game that I didn't have a memory card for, and I had to start playing from beginning. I couldn't
Did
start.
you ever do that thing where you hang off a bar and just kept doing pull-ups so you could get the extra grip?
Yeah.
So you'd spend half an hour just going, and then you could get full grip straight away.
Oh man,
And there was no achievement points or anything like that back then. So what the hell was I even doing it for? But I did it, and then when I got the HD remake on the 360, I did it again. Like just made sure I got full grip. It was one of the first
'Cause you
things I did. It's like an hour of just pushing a button over and over.
did you get a
and over
cramp
again.
in your finger?
Yeah. Ironically, my grip got worse. But
Okay.
stupid, over the top, crazy Hideo Kojima storylines. And by
Just out of
stupid,
the
I don't
box.
mean. I mean like, oh my god! Like it's just crazy good.
His mind works out of the box. I mean, you get that's what
It truly is an Eastern view of a Western world being
Yeah.
explained back to the East, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
mind blowing.
If you haven't played this yet, find a machine and play it.
or just go straight to Metal Gear Solid 5
Okay. Yeah.
because that game's damn good. Right, moving on.
Number 4.
Resident Evil 4.
President Weevil.
President Weevil. No, like
Okay.
this game again, so important, and it's probably on one of the lists of one of the most important games ever made because it gave us a third-person, over-the-shoulder view for shooters.
And now
Which-
what do we get because of
And
that?
Clive Blazinski, he saw it and went, "Wow, I'm stealing that," and he created Gears of War. And a lot of people say that Resident Evil 5 was terrible and Resident Evil 6 was terrible. They're wrong. But Resident Evil 4 still had a foot in the horror genre and the action genre, where the other ones still kind of got the balance wrong.
They're still wrong about 5, yeah, but
Yeah, but 4 was
4 was
groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And still, to this day, looks amazing. And you consider this game originally came out on the GameCube, I think.
it was the
not on first.
GameCube.
GameCube
Yeah,
first.
it was the Cube, and it looked fantastic on that.
Crazy. What happened to Nintendo, dude? Anyway, so, next on the list.
Number 3.
Spider-Man 2. The best Spider-Man game ever made.
Probably,
Contender for the best film tie-in ever made.
probably,
Contender for probably still one of the best comic book games ever made.
probably.
Including all the Batmans. It's probably still up there.
And this is why it's here.
And then suddenly they forgot how to do that again. And then Activision just ran the engine of this game to death. If you played Prototype, you were playing Spider-Man 2 again.
They just have the feel of
If you,
laziness.
what was the other ones? We had Spider-Man 3. That was basically that game again, just not
it
as good.
felt like the Hulk was on it. It felt like Superman.
The
was on
Hulk
it.
was probably running,
Oh.
even though Sega probably just went, "Oh, we'll just take that engine." And then there was the other one. There was the cel-shaded one.
Oh yeah,
That was
really good.
Venom Revenge or something
Oh.
stupid like that. They just never managed to get it as good again. Spider-Man games, I don't know
Number
how
2,
they can't do
that
that.
was it.
Go back to 2. In fact, fuck doing Spider-Man games again. You keep doing HD remakes. Give me a remake of this.
Mm.
I will gladly play that game from beginning to end
Right.
again.
At least do a good one.
Yeah,
The one that
take
started
off
it all.
Beanox. Fuck those people because, like, has anyone tried to play Amazing Spider-Mans? Like, those games got worse.
They did actually. You
Like,
started
seriously
enjoying
worse.
it, and then it got worse, and
Yeah.
then the sequel came, and you were like, "What is this?"
No, yeah. So Spider-Man 2, the greatest movie tie-in game of all time. Plus, it had Bruce Campbell in it.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with the Campbell.
No. Right, bringing us now to
Number 2.
Shadow of the Colossus. Now, I'm denied whether this should be number 1.
Mm.
Right, and there's tons of you now screaming at the screen, surely this is number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
can
there are others you going,
understand why.
what game? I don't think I've heard of this game.
But in what game can you say where you climb up a giant colossuses in the sky? It looked beautiful. It was shaded wonderfully. It still stands up
it's
now.
boss match after boss match. That's all this game is. Boss
So-
match after boss match. You've got to take something down. But the boss in question is also a platforming game. A moving platforming game.
Yeah.
Where you've got to jump and hold on the right times. Yeah, it's kind of like you're scaling a mountain like you do in Tomb Raider and things like
Yeah,
that.
like a little dude. Just...
Yeah, so it's like part Assassin's Creed, part Tomb Raider, part Mario Brothers, and then, I don't know, part Troll Hunter.
Yeah, again. It's a good film, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can't begin to explain how weird this game is, but beautiful. Truly, truly
I
beautiful.
always wanted a sequel. Always.
Yeah, we won't get that. But Last Guardians is coming.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that'll be as good. I mean, Ico was amazing.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus was even more amazinger. Not
Yeah.
a word, but I'm going to excuse it. And now, I'm guessing Last Guardians from these people is just going to be pretty special.
Well,
So
we trust
got that
them.
to look forward to. So
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus is number 2. So leaving us with what could possibly be our
Number 1.
GTA Vice City. You all thought I was going to say San Andreas, didn't you?
Is there some more, huh? Yes,
Well,
it is.
it could have been 3, because 3 was really important. Brought us the sandbox
Yeah.
game for what we know and love today. I mean, without 3, we wouldn't have sandbox.
Why are you
experience
shaking your
the same
head?
way we did.
3 was vile. It was just vile. So bad.
But look what it did.
Yeah,
Without
alright.
3, we wouldn't have
Yeah, but- yeah,
Vice
you say-
City
yeah,
or San
I get that,
Andreas
but
or
it's still-
4
it was-
or
it was-
5. So why isn't 3 number 1? Because Vice City, by the time it got to it, was so much more clean, and like the soundtrack alone, the way the cars moved were better, even though they were kind of boxy. But cars were boxy in the 80s. They all had angles. Everybody was boxy in the 80s. Look at Max Headroom. Most of you, that's just gone.
There was absolutely nothing like it at the time that they were using. They were pushing the box as far as they could. Sandbox.
Houses, Houses did something that no one had ever done. They took Miami Vice and every 80s cliche and turned it into a playable experience.
Yeah.
Now, San Andreas was amazing and certainly like set for the 90s and did for what the 80s experience did. It did it for like, the gangster rap experience. You know, so you had everything like Friday was introduced into it, and you also had like Menace to Society, all of these big like gangster films that were great in the 90s. But Vice City has a charm, and it is so funny. We used to just listen to the radio station, Chatterbox.
There
We
was
used
so
to
much
just sit
random
and
stuff.
play it on, and there was that whole thing with the like detective that travelled through time by masturbating. I mean, that used to kill me. It's
I was always
stuff.
amazed at how much content there was just in those little bits.
There's stuff in there. You go back now, and there'll be stuff in there you never noticed the first time, or third time, or fourth time, or fifth time, or 20th time you played it. You'll hear something new that you didn't hear the first time.
Yeah.
I love this game like so much.
It's
I've got it on
truly
my phone.
groundbreaking. Yeah.
So it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And clearly, for me, the PlayStation 2 number 1 is easily the game I spent the most time on,
Yeah.
and a lot of people around the office agree.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they don't agree, they agree it should be a GTA at least. They think it should be San Andreas. And the only reason San Andreas isn't on this list is because we chose Vice City. We didn't want 2 games from the same series.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take it away from GTA San Andreas. Equally as good as Vice City, I think, and it had way more going on. But I think that was its downfall. I didn't like eating or exercising or all that stuff. All stuff they got rid of later in the GTA series. So for me, Vice City was the complete game. And there we are.
That's it. Thank you.
So that was our top 10 for the PS2 games. Again, you probably don't agree because more titles than any other console ever. Only stopped making PS2 games over a year ago. So like, subscribe, complain, and call us like bastards below. And we shall see you next time.
Namaste.
Bye bye.